laughing at a ridiculous thought I just had, or reading back on previous entries and just being entertained by how dramatic I sound when Hey everyone, my name is Luleit and welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, please make sure you do so. If you've been following me for a while, you probably already know one of the things I advocate for in order to improve our mental health, our productivity, and our performance is journaling. A great way to keep your thoughts organized and have a space to express yourself freely without any judgment is through writing. Here are 6 tips and tricks that I follow and I believe will be helpful in getting you started on your journaling journey as soon as possible. My first tip is to pick a time of the day that works best for you and stick to it. I like to journal every night before I go to bed. That's because that's when I have the most time, and also because after a full day of studying, working, and interacting with people, I have a lot on my mind that I'm most likely going to want to unload. Some people like to journal first thing in the morning when they wake up and set their intentions for the day. So figure out when is a time that you know you won't be interrupted. And after you pick a time, you can set a timer. Sometimes when I really don't feel like writing, I'll set a timer for 5 minutes and just force myself to get some things down. My second tip is to use an app or something digital like your computer to store all your writing. Making the transition from using an actual notebook to using Google Docs made a huge difference for me because I'm more likely to journal since I'm always either on my laptop or on my phone. And whatever you use, make sure you title and date your entries. It can be useful for you to go back and reflect on what you were feeling or experiencing at a particular time in your life. My third tip, and probably the most important tip, is to write honestly and naturally. There are some things that I'm embarrassed to admit even to myself, but when I'm journaling, I really force myself to get them out. It's important that you don't hold back and that you express yourself honestly and fully, because the whole purpose of a journal is to be a place where you can express yourself without feeling any judgment or disapproval from anybody else. So you should be honest when you write about your feelings and pretty much every single thing. So you should feel comfortable being honest about your feelings and your thoughts in your own journal. And by write naturally, I mean don't feel like you have to follow any structure or any grammar rules. Just let your mind guide you into forming complete sentences and don't worry too much if you're making sense or not. My fourth tip is, if you're not sure how to start journaling, it can be helpful to ask yourself questions. Questions like, what happened that day? How did that make you feel? Are you excited about anything in particular? Why? Etc. My final tip is to have fun. Journaling in the nighttime is a time for me to let out all my frustrations, and I used to see it as a chore. When I first started writing, I used to be like, oh, I have to make sure I journal tonight or whatever. But over time, it's fine if I miss a day or two. And I just see it as something I really actually do look forward to doing when I've had a really difficult day. So try to make it enjoyable for yourself by not forcing yourself when you're not really feeling it, or by not, expecting something every single day. Enjoyable looks like laughing at a ridiculous thought I just had, or reading back on previous entries and just being entertained by how dramatic I sound when I'm upset or emotional. So the time when you're journaling should feel like you're talking to your closest, most trusted friend, and in that way I think it can be enjoyable. That's all the tips I have for you guys today. I've been reaping the benefits of journaling for quite some time now, and I hope this was the video to really encourage you guys to start. I promise you it will make a tremendous difference in your mood and your happiness and your mental health. As always, make sure you engage with this video by liking, commenting, subscribing, etc. That really helps me grow my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.